All right, guys, it's time for another beard trimming tutorial. Now, many of you have been watching my recent videos here over the past couple of months. You've seen the beard length that I have, and you've been telling me that's either your favorite beard length for yourself or you think it's your favorite beard length on me. And I appreciate all the comments. It kind of gives me direction, kind of tells me what you guys are looking for. And I have to say, I really like this beard length myself. It's not one I'll just keep because I don't keep any particular beard length. I tend to move on from one thing to the next, as many of you already know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the steps. It's a similar length to ones I've made other tutorials on, but I am using more guards. I kind of try to learn new things as I go along and share them with you. I'm trying to always evolve the technique, so hopefully you'll see that. I'm not the world's best at this. There are guys that do this much better than me. All I'm going to show you is how I do it. I like to keep things easy, simple, and I try to convey the information in a way that's understandable. So give me your feedback and tell me how it works for you. Generally speaking, most guys tell me that if they follow my directions to the T, their beards turn out great. That's all I can tell you. The videos speak for themselves in the comments. So I hope that you get a lot out of this. And so what I will tell you at first is, you kind of want to make sure you start with a clean beard. This morning I started off with Bay Area Beard Company's beard wash, and then I applied their conditioner. Now their logo is different now. He's kind of gone through somewhat of a rebranding, so his logo looks different, but his beard wash conditioner I think is the same. It's absolutely great. I highly recommend their beard wash and conditioner. So you want to start off with a clean beard and make sure your beard is dry. You don't want to trim a wet beard. Not even a slightly moist beard. You just want to make sure it's really dry. So, if time is of the essence, make sure you use a blow dryer and just make sure that you get it blown out really well. You want to comb through it. I'm going to put a link for all the products I'm going to be using in this video, including the ones for Bay Area Beard Company. This, and you don't have to use this, but it is a fine-tooth comb. It's a Layrite Deluxe. Layrite is one of those companies that makes a lot of hair products. I just picked this up at a local market here in town. I do like it though. I do really like this comb. I do have a link for it. And you do want to comb through your beard before you get started, no matter what length it is. Generally, you want to have, kind of goes without saying, but you want to have a beard that's longer than what you're trying to cut it to. I feel like I kind of have to say that. You want to have something to work with. You want to have something to sculpt and chip away at. So, let your beard go for a while. If you really like this length, let it go for a while. I'd say, a couple months, whatever. It doesn't really take that long. It just depends on who you are and how your beard grows. Some guys really struggle with it. Some don't. Some grow their beard faster than me. So, you just have to kind of play around with it and see. But keep in mind, I do have a lot of other tutorials of different beard lengths, even shorter than this, that would help you so you don't have to settle on this. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to tell you is make sure you have a beard bib. Okay, this is one of the best things you can do for yourself. One of the best things you can have in your arsenal when it comes to beard trimming is get a beard bib. There's lots of different kinds. This is Beard King. I have an Amazon link for this likewise. I love this, absolutely love it. So it comes, it's a big pouch basically. There's a zipper at the top. It unfolds, it kind of just like vomits itself out of the bag here, and you turn it inside out like this. I love this thing because it keeps your workstation very clean. You don't have to worry about taking a lot of time to clean up or listen to your wife complain about how you have hair all over the place. But you just unravel this thing. It's pretty sizable. It's kind of like an apron. Basically, it goes around your neck. Anyway, it has suction cups. You just attach them to the mirror in front of you. And then it'll tell you which side goes up. Okay, so it's written clearly on there. And then you just take this right here, put it around your neck, and has Velcro. So, I like, whoops. Gotta take my time here. No reason to be in a hurry. Okay, so I try to make this really as close to the neck as I possibly can, because hair always finds a way of getting down into your shirt or on your skin, and then you're going to fill the rest of the day. So I make it as close to the skin as possible. I have my Brio Beardscape. I'm going to take off this sheath here. I guess that's what you call it. I've been using Brio Beardscape for a long time. I highly recommend them. What I like about them is it has adjustable speeds. The battery stays charged forever, okay? Forever. But it also has this adjustable thing right here where you can go up and down and change. You can change. It actually tells you on the screen what length you have adjusted it to once you're at it. So you can make this go up and down right here with this, and I really like that. Anyway, it's easy. It's also easy clean. All you have to do is like pop the head off. They have a little brush that comes with it, and it's kind of cool. It's really cool. I like it. Anyway, so I'm going to keep this all the way closed, by the way. All right, all the way closed. And the longest part of my beard, by the way, we're going to be using about like 4 or 5 different lengths on this beard. All right, I'm going to start off with the 12 millimeter guard. These are double-sided guards, so you have one length on one side, one length on the other. It's in fact, it's 12 millimeters on this side, 9 millimeters on this side. You got to double check before you connect it to the Beardscape itself. Okay, so all you do is you just kind of set this on the teeth like this. It snaps into place. Really easy to do. And I've already combed through my beard. What I'm going to do is I go with the grain. Guys ask me all the time, why do you not go against the grain? Well, I do with some of the beards I have, especially the really, really short beards, the ones that are really close to the face. I do go against the grain with those. I've played around with it at different lengths, but here's as you grow your beard out and it's trying to get longer. Here's the problem with that. The hair is cut differently when it's going against the grain. It tends to look a little more shaggy, a little more, out of control as it's growing out if you've been trimming against the grain. If you've looked at hair under a microscope that's trimmed with the grain versus against the grain, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Against the grain does a little more damage to the hair shaft itself. So keep that in mind. That's just the simple answer. But I have a 12 millimeter on, and the main area that I want to keep a little bit longer than the rest of the beard is the goatee area, around the mouth and around the chin. But we'll just go over the whole thing just for good measure to make it easy so you don't have to think about it too much. So I'm going to turn it on to the highest speed and just go with the grain all over the beard. And so you're really not going to hear much because I've been keeping up with my beard. You do hear a little bit coming off, I'm sure. A little bit, because I do this every week. So if you keep up with it, every 3, 4, even 7 days, you're going to keep it looking really nice. All right. On the sides, I keep it much shorter, so you're not really going to hear anything there. I'm just going over it just to show you guys. You don't have to think about this a whole lot. Like I said, I try to make this easy. All right. So I do go under like this because I don't like hard edges. I like the beard to be rounded out. Okay, as it's taking its turn right here. I don't like hard lines. So that's why it looks like this, and something I think it's a better look for me. May not be for you, but for me it is. That's why I'm telling you. So that's a 12 millimeter. Then what I do is I grab the 6 millimeter. I've just divided the numerics in half. So I've got my double-sided guard, 6 millimeters on one side, 3 millimeters on the other. So make sure you double check before you snap it on. All right. So I'm looking at it, 6 millimeters, and I put it on like that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go outside the goatee area. Now, what I mean by this, and I'm going to listen carefully to this, guys, because I've played around with this all different ways long before I've shown you. I've allowed myself to make mistakes so that I can show you what not to do, okay? Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to, this is just simply my opinion, you don't want to go straight down. You don't want to go straight down like this. okay? You'll be taking off too much. Your beard's gonna look a little weird by the time you get done with it. It'll just be uneven, okay? What you wanna do is you wanna follow the line from the top of the mustache out like this. See the difference? There's this, and then there's this, okay? So you wanna follow this line right here. You wanna make sure you stay outside of that line. Instead of going down, you're gonna go outside the line. I'm re-emphasizing that because you need to pay attention, okay? So 6 millimeter, all right? You started with 12 here. We're going to 6 millimeter on the outside. So I'm staying outside. I'm on the top of the mustache. I'm gonna go out. And I am going down all the way. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm not going all the way up. I'm just doing this one area right here, the length of the guard, or the width of the guard, I should say. Now you can do as many passes as you like. I generally do, probably about 3. But with the guard, you don't have to worry about too much. You're not going to take off more than it allows. So with the same guard, the 3 millimeter is on the other side. So I'm dividing the numeric by a half. I did 12 here, 6 here. Now I'm going to do 3 up here. So I'm going to snap on this guard, the 3 millimeter, not number 3, 3 millimeter. Brio does things in millimeters, not numbered guards. It's just, it's different than a lot of other things. So that's why I keep saying these things over and over again so you understand. So, the 6 millimeter was right up here. And what I want to do is go up the next step probably about right here. So I'm not going one full step up here. You could, maybe about 3/4 of the way. So instead of jumping all the way to this end, I kind of go up about 3/4 of the way, maybe half. And that way I can, make gradual steps all the way up a little bit easier, because you only have so much real estate on your face to mess with. So if I'm starting here, I kind of want to step it up just a little bit, okay? Now I'm going to do 3 millimeter right here. I'm going to go all the way down. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I was here. I hope you can see this all right. I really am trying to I'm trying to do the best I can, but I cannot see everything in here and in my mirror, so I'm going to try my best. I'm right here. I'm going to step it up about right here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the 1 millimeter. You might think that sounds a little too short, Greg. Sounds a little too short. Well, you're going with the grain. We're talking millimeters here, not inches. Okay, this double side guard is 1 and 2 millimeters. So I put it on the 1. And you might think, well, why wouldn't you just go just a little bit shorter? Well, I don't know. I've played around with it, and I don't dilly-dally. I mean, listen, you can overcomplicate things. I've done it bunches of times. I'm trying to make it less complicated for you and for me. All right, so, I've gone up to certain points. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up to about this point right here, pretty close to my ear. 1 millimeter, and all the way down. You can even hit the sideburns if you want. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around, go against the grain, up here about midway, about the middle of the ear, like that. There you go. Now, and you might say, "Oh, I see too much of a contrast." I mean, you're gonna feel that to some degree. Okay, you're gonna look in the mirror and go, "Wow, it looks considerably shorter right here compared to right here." what I do is I start with a 4mm. They have a 4 and a 5mm guard, which is this right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the 4mm guard, and I'm going to kind of rake back over this right here. And you might wonder, why didn't you start with that to begin with? Well, that's because I don't want it to be 4mm all the way down. Okay, not all the way down underneath the neck. You know, you gotta take it in steps. So what I do is I kind of feel it out, and I take the 4mm and I find the line where I think I see a division or a contrast, and I kind of run it over that a little bit. I don't press against the skin. I don't really press against the skin. I'm not trying to take off as much as possible every time. I'm just kind of grazing over it. Okay. 4mm there. And you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is some coming off. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll take the 2mm, and I'll go back between the area where I did 1 and 3. Okay. It's easier doing it this way than trying to take every single step all the way up. So right here is where I had the dividing line between the 1mm and the 3. This is where it's crucial. Right here. I don't go crazy. I don't even necessarily go all the way down unless I need to, like I need to. I'm just kind of like brushing it out. Brushing it out. You can even like scoop the trimmer, which helps. Okay, and you can even come down here and get just the very top of this, not all the way down, just the very top by the mustache, and that helps too. Okay, so you know you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy with this. Okay, so that 2mm, I'm not going all the way down. Not even with the 4mm. Well, yeah, not even the 4mm, because I'm keeping this length down here. I want it to all kind of blend in. All right, so, you know, around the mustache area, just the very top, up here, maybe just a little bit more. You know, and you know that does blend in very nice. You just have to kind of play with it. Be careful. But to me, that's been like the best way to do it. And I think that I think you're going to find that to be the case too. So now, what I do is I want to trim the mustache. I'm going to take the 4mm. I know this is a little more involved than some of my previous ones, using more guards. But like I said, I'm trying to evolve the technique. I use a 4mm on the mustache. It's not what I've used in the past necessarily, but I am now, and I like how it turns out. Just takes the bulk off. And I only go down to about where this is right here, the lips divide. Okay? And I think that looks nice. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to comb it out, see if there's any like loose hairs in there. And I'm going to kind of trim underneath the mustache there. One of the things that you may want to consider is combing your mustache inward like this and see if anything sticks out too far. If you don't do it now, it will show itself later on in the day. So I'm going to clean some of this up right here. Okay. And if I'm not satisfied with how that looks, I'll use mustache scissors and try to get some of the ones that are really giving me a problem, where I don't really want to go with the trimmer for fear of taking off too much. Yeah, sometimes trimmers don't always do as much as I like. So I just play around with different ideas. Sometimes I use the scissors, sometimes I don't. Depends on what I'm going for. Okay, so that's turned out well so far. Now what I want to do next is I want to, with no guard, I just kind of want to go over the face of the beard, okay? And take off any strays. So what I'll do is I'll turn this on, and I focus on putting the plate, this back here, against the top of the beard. I don't go in like this. I come down like this. Okay. So this is really not touching the face of the beard. It's just catching what's sticking out. Okay. Of course, the sides are so short now that I don't really have to worry about it too much. What I do is I focus on mostly the goatee area. I try to take both hands like this to be real steady. Look in the mirror, kind of at different angles, kind of put my head down, a little bit up, and take off the ones that are sticking out like this. Another thing that helps is if you're just sitting here or you're standing here by a medicine cabinet, you can open it up a little bit and kind of get a side view and see if there's anything you're missing. That's a real good way of doing it. Okay, kind of brought this area down just a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do, make sure this is, it takes practice, okay? But it's gonna go in, go all the way back. And make sure this is all even. That looks good. So the hair that grows underneath your chin, like in the neck area, all the way up here, that area, the hair grows funny. And it does on all men. It'll grow every which way. And so that's why I say you need to check that in a side mirror. You may have to do some adjustments, and everybody's different. I can't tell you exactly how to do it. Just kind of, with steady hands, 2 hands on it, just kind of look in the mirror, front and sideways, and you'll get a good idea. Can't tell if that's a loose hair or not. Okay, so you might be wondering about the neckline. The general rule for a neckline is you want to take, you have the 2-finger rule where you put it either on your Adam's apple or above your Adam's apple. For me personally, and every guy's different, you can play around with different ideas. What I do is I tend to take the fingers and put them kind of on the Adam's apple, okay? If I go higher than that, it's just a little too much because, the way the fat is distributed on my head, on my face. So it makes a difference. Especially as you get to be older. So I do the 2-finger rule, kind of put it on my Adam's apple, and you can see that that's where that's at, okay? You can take, they have a 0 blade, Brio does. Brio has a 0 blade I really like a lot. You can take this and you can pop off the head, stick this on. My battery's getting low, I need to hurry. Anyway, I'll pop this on here like this. And that's when I'll trim away like this. I try to go across and then go back and just angle up a little bit, not a lot, like this. First, I want to comb that out. Okay. Now I am trying to hurry just a little bit because my battery's getting ready to die on my camera. So I try to go across as much as possible, just straight across initially. And then what I do is I take it and I just try to curve up just a little bit. I can't talk when I'm doing it. And just a little bit. Just a wee bit. The good thing about the zero blade is you really wouldn't even need a razor to clean up your neck. It gets so close to the skin, okay? So you could take it and then do this. I never need a razor. Okay, the cheek line. Many of you know my technique for cheek line, but I'll go over it for you who do not know. What I'll do oftentimes is I have a Harry's razor, it's a 5-blade razor, and I'll put it right beside my nose right here, the cartridge. I use the width of the cartridge to determine where my cheek line is going to be. So, you know, when your beard's wet, you want to do this little number right here. I know my beard isn't wet. I'm just saying. I'm so used to this. My skin's used to it that I can do this, but I'll put it right here like this, and I'll just go straight up and curve. The reason why I can do this when my beard is dry, and my face is dry, is because there's hardly anything there. And then you can go back and do this little number right here. You can have a blade at the top. I'll leave a link for the Harry's also. I really like their razors a lot. And do this little number. And there we go. And that cleans it up. All right, I'll leave it at that. I think I will pop off the head of this and put the original head back on and do one last thing. That is, I'll stick on the 6mm guard. Do this when you're trimming your beard. Go over your eyebrows. 6mm against the grain. Keeps them looking nice. There you go. There you go. If you have any questions, let me know. I will answer as soon as I can. I try to at least. But that's a nice length right there. It's faded in, relatively, nicely. I get a lot of compliments on this beard, not just from other beardsmen, but from a lot of people. So it's a very well-liked length. I hope you like it. All right. Let me know if you have. Make sure you check the links down below in the description. I got a lot there. Oh, I know what I want to do. One last thing. Can't forget this. Cannot forget this. You can get rid of your, you can take your beard bib off, and then get rid of your shavings in a little bit. But I'll put beard product in. You're probably wondering what kind of oil I'm using. Bay Area Beard Company, once again, their Bay Rum. Oh, this is so good. It's what I'm wearing all week. And it smells really good. Now, Matt owns Bay Area Beard Company. Great guy. Really great guy. I like him a lot. He has some of the best beard products you're ever going to get. He comes up with these fragrances all himself. They're very unique. Tell him I sent you. You can do that by using my code Greg, and it'll save you 20%. They are definitely worth checking out. So there's that. And I also have some of their beard balm. I like this bamboo looking container. I like their beard balm. I'm not going to put it in right now. I kind of want the beard oil to sit in my beard just a little bit. And maybe in about 10, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, I'll come back and put some beard balm in to kind of keep it laying down. But you don't necessarily have to, but do check out Bay Area Beard Company and all my other links likewise. I think you're going to be very happy with them, as I have been. All right, did you like this video? Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check out my playlist for all my other beard tutorials. I think you'll get a kick out of them. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.